assassin. So we get the Claude first. It's still safe. Now we start moving into the second phase. I don't know. Is Echo gonna let him play the assassin comfortably though?
Knowing Coach Trevor and the entirety of Echo, no. I think that they will see through this.
The Ling out of there.
Yeah, they're gonna ban on Ling as well as a Hayabusa, perhaps, and then force Onic to pick up a weird, like a weird assassin. They are prepared though. They have the Kaja. Maybe they are gonna let Fanny at most. Hayabusa maybe not.
Fanny at most, Hayabusa not. All right. Why give the early game pressure, right? I mean, we're seeing the Beatrix get banned out. At least Onic, they're thinking about the overall side lanes as well. They're not just targeting, okay, we're going to get hit from the assassin area. Let's make sure that we can actually have a somewhat of a convenient lane. Get rid of the Beatrix if we don't want you to be able to move out of this lane.
Also watch out for the carry, rather. Also, they should ban out the carry here.
Benny Cutie carry for Echo is actually pretty strong, and in combination with the Kaja, that's a lot of burst that you have, and it is a traditional play for Echo. Somebody gets snagged even when it's attacked, because it's a carry, you will be bursted down.
All right, that's a fair point. Dolar, in your position, right, looking at where we're going so far as a group, what are you afraid of from the side of Echo? Because it doesn't feel like you can really get punished just yet other than just Kaja.
I think it's already enough the first 3 picks of Echo, but they need follow-up damage to punish Blue and Cloud.
Follow-up damage. I'm looking at Wolf. What are we looking for follow-up damage?
Would have said that it's the Grok so that you can punish it, but maybe carry should be there. Brody, explain it. Oh, let's draft. Come on.
They are going real fast.
This is an M4 draft.
Right? They are just going at it quick. And again, a lot of playmaking capabilities from the side of Echo. Onic with their very last pick, and the invisible Gilang Sangs. Wow, 0 deaths during the 3-0 series against EVO's Legends. Man, production kind of doing us dirty here.
Even Dilar can't kill him.
Yeah. Katulad ng sabi ko kanina, follow-up damage carry. Sobrang ganda ng combo ng carry Kaja Parsa.
Yep, Dilar loves the carry combo with the Farsa and the Kaja. They close up with the family. There it is.
You called it. Yep.
He knows his boy. Of course he knows his boy.
I already know there.
All right,
composition.
All right, Dalar. Tell us, which composition do you think is better right now? Is it Echo or is it Onic?
Seriously, it's hard to carry Fanny, Kalaw Diaz, Snowball in early. Pasti manang. Tapi Kalaw 50-50. Onic bisa kala.
It all relies on Kyrie snowballing in the start. If they get the snowball going, they will win on it. But if it's 50-50 in the mid-game, Echo will take over.
Because it's hard to... Right now, Fanny so hard to snowball right now in the early game. Because of the Dreadnought and other itemization, right?
Man, it's great having professional players on the table. Thank you so much, Dalar here. Thank you for giving your insights for this game. But I think everybody is ready. Leo, would you like to take us in to the Land of Nod?
I would love to. It's time for what many would call a grand finals worthy matchup. It's game 1 between Echo and Onic.
Oh, I think I kind of agree with Dilar. Surely, we did say that they will let go of the Fanny at most, and the Hayabusa definitely going to be banned out. Is exactly what happened. The Kaja is prepared for this Fanny. The only reason why they would let this, they would still get the Fannies because the carry eventually was picked up. So there's a lot of like battle between the junglers now, and I just love the fact that both teams gave us a first pick Lancelot, last pick Fanny, carry versus Kautizi. This is like Christmas for me.
This is an anime in the making. It's bookending the start of what could be a 5-game series.
Hopefully it is. Hopefully it does go 5 games. Because if I can curse something, I won't curse the teams. I'll curse that it's going to be 3-0. To make it 3-2, I'm going to try to reverse the odds right now. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it's how it works. But, you know, Leo, Wolf, there's something that, you know, good junglers have in common. They all have K as their initial letter. Like Kyrie, Kyle TZ,
Cleo,
Kyle TZ, Cleo, Kirko, Cool,
Clefel,
Koba Zane.
Okay. Oh, but
that's not gonna fly.
Yeah.
But they will definitely.
They will.
I'm expecting a lot of anime moments in this game 1. And yeah, no, this if anything, this is Echo Express.
This is definitely Echo Express. All of the ingredients are there. You have Yahweh's setup hero. It's not an AoE setup. This is a snag. You have the Kaja together with Farsa. So you already have the burst. And the thing is, they have low cooldown ultimates as well. Maybe the longest one probably is the Divine Judgment. But the entirety of the kit that you have from Echo, spammable. All of them, right? So that's it all fits the bill. While for the side of Onic, very, very dependent on ultimates.
With that being said, it's a counter start for both of our junglers, the GOAT and the One. Orange for Kairi, Carl goes for purple here.
Early start, again, it's just the orange buff. It's a very unique path that Kyrie's taking, but in the bottom lane, this is something we don't see a whole lot of. Boots already winning in lane early on the glue matchup against the Lapu.
Well, Dilar did mention that you gotta watch out for Boots and Chewe. Here in mid, it's a little Wanderer take for Onic, so already looking good in this rematch coming in from M4.
Okay, we're seeing a few trades as well, but honestly, Wolf, anything interesting when it comes to the emblems or talents here?
Not so much. I guess the Magic Worship has been, onto the Farsa has been getting a lot of attention. Now Sanji is going to be picking it up. You have to worry if you're the Claude, get hit by 2 Feather Dishak. In the late game, you might die.
Oh. So, again, it's clear that there's not much that the Echo are hiding. As for Onic, we can see that maybe if Nikki, if T-Boy doesn't find a good catch, then they can re-engage. I think that's one strength that Onic has, is the re-engage. They're not as reliant on the all-in as Echo is.
That's very true. Maybe they will find their opening. Eventually, the CW will have a great time.
There you go, Kyrie jumping in all the way, deep down, but Kyrie's gonna fall here. He's gonna go for the cables. The fadeaway should not be able to kill him right now, but that was real close, so close. A bit too close for comfort.
What a pilot episode in our anime between Kairi and Carl Tizzy, right? The hot start there, a close call. Turtle already up. Carl Tizzy and Sanford on.
The Turtle, that's gonna be Boots, trying his best to look for it. But Sanford finds first blood, and it's Echo on the board with the first Turtle. Kyrie with the invade already right now has the retribution advantage, but Yaoi's walking back in. Divine Judgment's right there, but Cable actually saves it for a bit. Kyrie able to steal away the purple, bump the Cable's there! But Carl's chasing him down. Keyboy forced to flicker out. Sans has stolen the Divine Judgment. But Onic, they pull back. They do not want to stay too long.
Kyrie is playing so aggressively. This is, typically I know Kyrie is not an aggressive kind of guy. Surely he get kills and he will die for sure, but it's not like aggressive.
Wait.
Kyrie!
Oh, yes, Keyboy. It's fine. He knows it.
You were saying?
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie is more of a calculated aggressor. You know, he waits for his time, but this time it seems like there's no weight on Kyrie. This love myself era is, totally different, you know?
Definitely, it seems like what happened yesterday and how he was after that sweep against EVOS Legends is propelling him forward. This is momentum on the One. Looking at their items here, it looks like Boots built the Warrior Boot, so he understands that, this is Echo Express. I have to accept that these basic attacks are gonna hurt. There's a pull!
Divine Judgment locking him down, and Kyrie picks up the kill with that Master Assassin emblem. Clean combo, gets them on the board, equalizing the kill score 1-1.
And this Spotty Boy, bouncing ball on through, Phantom Execution. Oh, here comes Chewe.
Are we just putting a spotlight on Kyrie for the past 3 minutes? I guess that Cartes has been very quiet, only getting the turtle, but it was even uncontested. So maybe, this is scary though for Onic because it means that this Cartes trait is just gonna be boiling for now, and when it does pop, it's gonna be ready for Onic.
I mean, you don't last this long in the realm of MLBB sports if you don't have patience, right? We've seen Carl Tizzy through his Child Prodigy era. We've seen him through the tank jungler era. And now we've come full circle. He's back on the Lancelot starting this turtle.
Purple buff ready, Keyboy now with counter smash. At the race, it's going to be flickering. That's Kyrie who picks up the kill on the go. Retri on point. Kyrie picks up the turtle right now. Sanford's going to be engaged on. Boots bouncing him up, bringing him back. Feathered Airstrike coming out and deal some damage back also. But Keyboy finds a good time's revenge to cancel that Feathered Airstrike up. Good trade from Echo though. They're already looking to rotate around, mirroring Onic up top.
Yeah, this is definitely a tug of war. The first turtle going in favor of Echo uncontested. And we get to see through the replay how Onic managed to get the turtle and get the kill onto Kaltizi. And there are so many other ingredients that's very important here. Look at the positioning of Boots and Keyboy's timing. Pops the ultimate, no save whatsoever from Echo. The burst was there with Suns as well as Kyrie just throwing everything onto Kaltizi. Even a tank salon will not survive that kind of burst down coming out from Onic.
It's just the same. You have to admire the discipline, the trigger discipline of Echo, because just any other mid laner might have popped the feathered airstrike there and still died.
Yeah.
And then Sanji and Sanford then they said like, no, this is not a fight we should be taking. Let Kyrie have this time. Try to bounce back. So yeah, this is a clear win for Onic, who's up ahead now by about 400, 500 gold.
This is a very sketchy situation. Both flickers are up. CW, that's the flicker onto him, but that's going to be the lockdown as well. Sans not able to respond it over. Sanji with the burst, taking CW down. And that is the Echo precision. Fast-paced combos. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a little bit of a skirmish between the one and the GOAT.
How much damage do you want? Yes.
Echo read through that though. Onic, for sure that there will be a movement onto Chewe's lane, the gold lane, and Echo also have two people in there. It was a 3v3. It seems like they don't know that that's happening. At least they don't have the confirmation. But understanding the pattern of the opponent, they know
Kyrie.
that's happening.
That's a fadeaway as well. Kyrie's still able to escape for now, but the fadeaway is gonna hit him, and it's gonna be the kill. Benny picks it up. The feather airstrike locks Keyboy down as Yaoi puts some slow onto him. Carl with the phantom execution onto the back right now with the Thorn Rose as well, but he does not find a connection on those skills. But Echo have gotten back the gold lead as the turtles spawn.
What a conceal coming out from Keyboy to get out, but definitely Echo winning that fight, locking down the Fanny. Big props to Sanji actually connecting on the curse, and then he gets the stun afterwards. That's the reason why Kyrie was brought down. You know, there was an update on the Fanny, right? If you get stunned, your cables will not push through.
Oh, and what that leads to is a 1,000 gold lead for Echo. And this was a clear statement, a message to whoever's watching. Because if you look at Carl Tizi's inventory in just a bit, he first built War Axe. So he's still on a one-way road to snowballing.
Divine Judgment again, only on the Keyboy though. They gotta be careful right now as Kyrie builds up the cables, jumps in on the back line without a Divine Judgment to play with. Benny is gonna be caught, but nice flicker to get out. That's a feathered, nope. That's actually the Wings by Wings used up by Sanji. He's holding on to that feather airstrike as the Divine Judgment actually connects onto Carl Tizi, but the burst is not gonna be enough as the feather airstrike comes down with the flicker. Sans is one, and he falls to Sanji with a brilliant flicker maneuver.
Oh, Echo really did outplay Onic in there. And Onic, they tried to go for a play. CW didn't have the stacks. He was actually just, you know, he's just like a spray gun, holding on to Echo, and they just got out. When Boots wanted to go for the play, the flicker was there from Benny Cutie. Then Boots was trapped, but it was Sans who was taken out afterwards because everybody was just dialing down on saving Boots. I think that's a bad decision from Onic overall.
Yeah, no. And to think it was Boots who was the aggressor. It was Boots who was cutting deep behind Tier 1, right in the middle of Tier 2, trying to get that mount on Sanji. And I gotta say, man, Sanji, I thought I saw everything. But here he outplayed 3 members of Onic and still got a kill on the way out. Spent the flicker, held on to the feather airstrike for the perfect moment.
Sans is no longer invincible. One death.
That's right.
Because of Sanji.
Because of Sanji.
Oh, Sanji. Of course, with the magic worship, you know that he's going to be packing up a punch. Believe that he does have the Clock of Destiny anyways. I think that Onic really just have to, you know, relax a little bit. I think that they're trying to match the Echo Express. And honestly, in this game, if you're looking at Echo, they're not even like putting on the gas pedal. They're just waiting for the steam to, you know, fire up.
It's not as fast. They're at 3rd gear, 4th gear tops here. We've seen them definitely go much faster. And I think the fact that Onic are actually porcupines and not hedgehogs might be the reason why. They can't go just as fast, especially since they're still waiting for CW to farm up. They're waiting for Keyboy to get a good setup, and the whole disengage, re-engage won't work this early on.
Or dance. I believe that there's a lot of merit for Echo.
Divine Judgment locking him down. Carl picks up the kill. Sans. He's gonna fall. Kyrie now, knowing there's no Divine Judgment, wants to go for some kills, but Carl Tizi evades from it. Keyboy charging on the target advantage now with the rage as well. That's gonna be the burst coming down as that's Yaoi picked off. Boots in the midst of it all right now with a flicker out with the split. CW clearing out the mid wave, jumping back into BMI. Boots not stunned up, baits out for the airstrike. Kyrie still looking for the cables. Red Tree battle coming down. Carl versus Kyrie. 50-50 on the board. CW jumps in and Kai wins the red tree battle. CW jumps back right now with some damage once again, but Betty Cutie in the back as well is doing a lot. Jump forward. CW should fall here, and Onic lose out 3 members.
A 3-for-1. Eventually, Kyrie coming out with the Lord take. What's the economy on this?
Definitely Echo. Despite Onic is getting that Lord, even when Kyrie had a level disadvantage, winning the fight, that is what matters more. They get 3 kills out of that, and now they're farming so heavily. And Echo, they will just clear out the waves. They're going to be A-OK. The fact that Benny as well as Kaltizi were untouched during that fight, that was massive for Echo. Onic, however, you know that they have a plan here. They wanted to go for the jump onto Yawi, was able to get it. Then, of course, CW with his jump with the Blazing Duet was actually well done. However, the second fight afterwards, that is what Echo found and won. And they also got the economic advantage afterwards.
Kibo here, right out the bush, spotted by Sanford. No sneaky jumps here. And just like that, it definitely was a win for Echo. They decimate and destroy the Lord. Not much of an advantage. Kyrie spotted out here, cabling on through. It looks like this 2K gold lead for Echo is just small, despite going 8-3. Wait, there's a pull!
Holding on to Boots though. He's still holding on to that split. And Onic will not let Boots get taken down. That's a bravest fighter as well, defensively.
It's a small 2K lead. There's not much Echo can do with this until they find another angle, until they shot the system.
Another airstrike though. Boots now finally forced to pop that split. Even a conceal from Keyboy. Defensive maneuvers from Onic, reacting a lot to Echo's plays.
Echo's like, they're definitely like orcas, like sharks, you know? When they smell blood, they're gonna hunt for it. And this weakness coming out from Onic, where they already used the ultimate on Boots as well as the conceal, they are gonna smell that. And they definitely will make a play.
They are cordoning off where Onic is allowed to move. And as a Fanny, that's not the best thing to do. That's not an ideal situation. The one here isn't getting as much as he wants from the map. Yes, he's sitting at 3-1-0, but Kaltizi is just going ham on these objectives. The only real thing that Kaltizi left out to the open was that turtle that he lost to in the trade and that Lord. I'm wondering, we got a Lord coming in about half a minute here. And it looks like Onic is just pushing the advantage. They understand that this is the tempo we have to go at.
Okay, Carl dashing forward right now is 1v1. Carl versus Kyrie. Band of the future, but Kyrie wins out on the red tree battle. That was for 2 red trees, and Kyrie won. The 1 is here.
The prelude to the next Lord. Oh my goodness.
To be continued.
We waited for this. So what? That's what, season 2 or what? Or is it still season 1?
We're still in season 1. We're still in the beginning.
It's
game 1 out of best 5.
Okay.
Yep, it's season 1. We've got the pilot, and then now we're waiting. It's a big fight!
Divine Judgment, it cancels out the bravest fighter! Sanford's gonna be shut down. Keyboy walking in the mids right now, getting caught by Divine Judgment. It's that's gonna be Sanji in the back. Now with a feather airstrike, locking Sans down. Sans going out, but the Magic Worship is dealing a lot of damage. Kaltizi moves forward. With a crunch and bot right in time. The Thorn Rose is right there. Kaltizi with a kill! CW walking back, dealing some damage onto Carl. But the cable comes through. The Thorn Rose is there, but it's not enough to save the GOAT's life. Onic slowly but surely coming back in the game.
Ooh, very good start for Sans. Finally getting a good stack with a copy that Divine Judgment, but he died in the end. Still, the Winter Transition doesn't pick up very early. Arguably, at 13 minutes, you already have the Winter Transition. It was utilized in perfect purpose, I would say, for Onic, because they bought time for Kaltizi to be put in a bad spot.
Onic pulled the rug right underneath Echo's feet. They were just waiting to set up. I think Echo was looking for this engage, the pincer maneuver here in bottom, but Sans, he went up and he tried to outplay Kaltizi. He tried to buy time, but they didn't know, they didn't see. Kyrie was speeding down there, and this is what? Notch one up for the 1 against the GOAT.
Important thing to take note is that Chewa is quietly doing the right moves, although he died twice. That was actually a good move that he did to zone out the remaining members of Echo, then went back to deal the damage to Kaltizi, then contributed to the kill. Keyboy, after the snag of the Sans already, it's weird. He's icy for Onic. They could have lost the fight because of that, but things have happened, and now Onic have equalized.
I think it's a matter of timing and again tempo. Onic are calling the shots at this point, and now they're making the most of their battlefield mobility. The speed at which CW can cut through the jungle compared to Benny Cutie, how Kyrie just has energy all the time, and of course Keyboy finding these odd angles, these diagonal jumps, is just going too fast. It's not speed-wise, but, you know, mentally overloading Echo.
Remember to change.
Ooh!
Whoa.
Winner Truncheon from Sans.
Beautiful winner truncheon by Sans to escape the divine judgment. My goodness gracious. Wow. That's the Gila Sans we were expecting from MPL Indonesia, but my point earlier, I wanted to say, wait, they're still going. Carl actually jumps forward. Phantom execution. Aggressively moves down, jump forward as well, Sans! Wait, it's 2v4! What is going on? They're still able to be alive, Boots! What? How? How did it happen? Boots finds a kill in the midst of Echo!
And he lives!
What?
Kautisi. Really unnecessary jump from him. Sans outplaying Yaoi first, that's good. But then again, the secondary jump where Kautisi was, it was punished because Boots went for the 1-2 and the flicker.
Okay, split, divine judgment. There you go.
There you
Finally,
go.
I mean, Boots, he's telling his team to be careful, but he needs to be careful sometime soon.
It took a while.
Took a while.
He did way too much to even warrant that death. Now, Wolf, you were saying.
Yeah, it's the 1-2 with the flicker in the middle. That's the play when you are going for the glue, and then it hit Kautisi because Kautisi not only jumped, he also utilized the Thorn Rose very earlier on. So that's why there was no way for him to dodge the 1-2 flicker from Boots.
What happened? The gold shifted so fast from CW because earlier it was Benny holding the gold lead like a massive one.
You know, had 4 assists. The average also kicking in, and you have so much. This is critical mass. We were talking about Onic have reached it.
And again, I'm just theorizing here. I don't know exactly the map movements, but CW has had an easier go at the lane, given the speed that Onic has just suddenly stepped on the clutch with. Now, this is the river controlled by Onic. You see how Echo are suddenly on the defensive. They're the ones who are scared.
For good measure, though, because this is a very strong lineup now for Onic.
There's so much re-engage potential. Even if they don't find their initial target, they can just reset. And again, even if it's just one, they take down one. And earlier, it was Kautisi within his own base, off of Boots who survived. That's the ideal here for Onic. Now they engage.
Divine Judgment now locking Keyboy down. He still has the mortality right now. Shalti's gonna be able to dish out some damage. That's gonna try to airstrike as well. Keyboy flickering out, disengage properly. Kautisi versus Kyrie on the Lord. Sanford gonna be brought back to the team. CW does some damage. Who's gonna win? It's Kyrie! Who is the retry? Benny against the world! But what are you gonna do when 5 members are still alive from Onic? They are able to secure the Lord and win a team fight.
Off the back of Keyboy's perfect jump, Kautisi was compromised and Kyrie just had to press the button. And now, they're threatening the finish. All 5, just Sanji and Yaoi left.
Kai with the cable, toss on the back, Sanji gonna be zoned away. Onic looking for the play right now as Yaoi gets destroyed in the front. Sanji with a desperate attempt with the Predator airstrike. They're all marching down the flicker defensively. Onic have won a game, and it is the first game in the series.
An amazing start to what we all expect to go all 5 games. Onic finds a window, stops the speeding Echo Express in its tracks.
The chemistry from Onic and was there. And Coach Yim wasn't kidding when he told me that he told everyone what they needed to do in specific team fights, and they obliged. They happily followed the format and the formula that Coach Yim and Adi laid out for them. Keyboy had immortality, and he knew that he can be the sacrifice. He burned the divine judgment. He went back with a jump, and Sans initiating with the bravest fighter to help Kyrie secure that Lord. Retribution, Kyrie's effort. It was the entirety of Onic just in perfect unison to win that game.
And now comes into play what Dilar mentioned. It's not as easy to take care of Kyrie. He had a slow start. The first 2 to 3 minutes of this game didn't look very good for the one, but eventually with the help of Sans, with the help of Keyboy, and Boots in the odd angles, Onic scores 1. Gideon, you see that?
Moment of that game, and I was not expecting it to look like this. I really didn't. I thought it was the 1 plus the 4 that makes it work, not the fact that when it comes down to the neutral objectives, it's the 4 that makes up that 1. Kyrie, he's got a perfect team around him, and I think that in one of these few times, right, you guys don't get to see this on the desk sometimes, but Mirko's face after that game, the insane fight around the Lord was just nuts. nuts.
It
I
was
almost
nuts.
lost my voice with that one. I thought Carl got it. You know, Lance, Phantom Execution, he built up the stacks as well. That's why I said, who got it? Who got it? Kai got it.
And watching it again, you're gonna see it's not just Kyrie's effort. Sans copied the Divine Judgment. He timed it so that there will be no chance at all for Call TZ. Onic really knew what he needed to do, but of course, it wasn't just that. Kyrie was so active, and like I told you, I've seen a lot of Kyrie games, and this is probably the most aggressive that he was. Typically the calculated aggressor, but he knew that he has to be aggressive so that nobody will be looking at Che Wei.
Was that the last word fight? Was it the keyboard jump and the Divine Judgment?
That's right.
Oh, wow, all the worst.
It literally was a game of rock, paper, scissors. Even amongst you and me, Leo, whenever we play rock, paper, scissors, we're trying to think one step ahead like Carl TZ. But notice in these fights, right? First, it was Keyboy catching him, and he's like, okay, I adjusted for Keyboy. Next thing you know, Divine Judgment starts being added into the mix. Man, when does it stop?
I hope that it doesn't though, because I really want to see more from these teams. Look at this, Carl TZ just jumping in, Boots ready with the mount, the grab. Like I said, the 1-2 with the flicker that's allowed him to get enough stacks. Watch it for Sans. Look at him. No words to describe this. He finds Yaoi, then goes back. Carl TZ puts the Lord low. Kyrie's waiting in there. Sans is gonna time it. Do it to threshold. It was so good.
It was a suppress. That's worse.
It wasn't a 50-50.
It wasn't. It was 100-0.
Man, all planned, all pre-planned, got at least a heads up from the general himself. Because again, they said if Kyrie's able to snowball out of control, and even Echo was aware of that, trying to slow them down as much as they can. And now that we jump back into the post-game stats, what could have Echo done better?
Really, just play better, you know? Just the way that they're playing, it wasn't wrong, but it's just that during important moments, it's just the way that they chose their fights was, like I said, unnecessary jumps from Call TZ in the mid lane before that Lord fight happened. And they thought that they had a free pass because they landed the Divine Judgment onto Keyboy, but Keyboy planned it all along. Maybe if we can flip this page and see what the items are, I'm gonna point out two important items. First, Immortality on Keyboy. So much value in that because he knew that he had to be the sacrifice to tank and solve the Divine Judgment. Next, you have the Winter Transient on Sans. So many people will say that, okay, that was far too early. But Sans knew. There was so many clashes that was won because of the Winter Transient picked up by Sans.
Bargain Hunter.
Yep.
That emblem, Bargain Hunter, allowed for him to get a full build in under 18 minutes.
He was doing it quick, and I wanted to point out Sans as well. I'm looking at you, Mirko, because again, when they said Gilak Sans, has he hit a new level this time?
I don't even think so, right? Because there were a few mistakes in this game that I usually don't see Sans do. We saw yesterday he was able to completely outclass his opponents in-game against Evos. A few Winter Truncheon plays, Flicker plays to read out Divine Judgment. Here, he was caught a few times, so he looked human, which is already pretty rare to see for me, especially after watching MPLID, after watching them in the group stage as well.
Hey, this is Echo that they're facing. I think that, yeah, you have a warrant to be, to be challenged. This is, I mean, we're living in Echo and Onyx's world now. Can we say that? Can we
Season
agree to
1's
that?
done.
Yeah, Season 1 is done, and we're already moving on towards that next step. Onic has taken that first win, and now the comeback card coming in from Echo is going to start soon. But the question is, how do they even achieve that, right? Because again, we looked at the draft and we were like, that wasn't even the issue half the time.
Yeah. No, I think that
Go with this.
it's weird, right? I cannot pinpoint anything that they did wrong. It's not like Echo did something incorrectly in this game. Surely there were some weird plays, but it's not like they will do it again. Really, it will go down to the fact that Onyx members, they knew what to do in this specific moment. They were given the task to do. Coach Eb just laid down the checklist. They also added in there. Everybody was doing their job on the side of Onic.
It's a matter of Onic knowing where to pick their shots, right? Echo Express has a very small window. If you don't get through that, and if you don't stop it from going at full speed, it's over. It's too late. We've seen this too many times. But here, Onic knew, and as soon as they were on the offensive, they never let go. That's why Sans was just doing all of these things. That's why he was dying more than he usually does. That's 3 more deaths than he had yesterday. So today, this is a well-earned game win, But going into game 2, though, that might be something that begs to ask. What's Harold Reyes? What's Coach Tic Tac thinking right now? Because again, between him and Treb, I think it's up to him to help reset.
I mean, of course, here in 2023, that's their next project. Project Next, the update is coming soon, starting from June 27th, the revamped emblem system, the Inicio story, the brand new hero, and generous events and remarkable bonuses are about to meet everyone. So log into that new update. That way we can start prefacing this upcoming new season here of this battle anime, this battle shonen between these two teams.
That would be great, right? Like, what happens? Like, the top teams that we have right now in Southeast Asia, or in the world, actually, there will be a change in the pack because of the emblem changes. Will the top 4 still be the top 4 after this? Will it pave the way for new faces heading into M5 just because of a patch?
That's scary to think about, and it's way out there. I'm thinking about the now, the immediate.
Okay.
And I think the Master Jiraiya of Echo for Carl Tizzy, the GOAT, has to come into play. And I'm looking at Tic Tac. I'm hoping that the reset comes through here because I think, folks watching at home, you're going to have to agree. Carl Tizzy went a little too hard there. I might even point out the item build. That was a little too greedy. It's hybrid. It's way too hybrid.
I think in the early game it worked really well because they had the lead, right? They couldn't afford to actually go for these aggressive plays, but since they got caught out in the mid game, once it started shifting over towards Onic, that's when you can really see the weakness of this snowball kind of build. With the War Axe, the Thunder Belt as well, you do damage, but you can't really get to CW. I think that's the main problem here for Carl Tizzy. When he dives into the back, CW dives into his team, and Boots already creates an opening for him to do that without getting punished. Me team of Onic, I honestly believe that Onic, they were playing weak side everywhere because they wanted to just cover for Kyrie. It's very similar to what Glar said here, right next to me. It's all about getting Kyrie snowballing in the early game, and they did that. They gave him so much space to go 5-1, and when he got 5-1, he was able to equalize that level lead. It's not it's always just a 1 level lead for Carl.
And he only had 1 death.
And he only had 1 death as well. You know, my favorite part about all of this is the fact that since so many people are sacrificing, you know, whether it be a minion, whether it be gold, the fact is that Kyrie repays them in kind every single time. Like the number of turtles and as well as lords that he was able to successfully take away while still being able to walk away with a kill, that's impressive.
Very, very impressive. Especially if you look at it, if you look at the game from start to finish, Onyx gameplay was more about like trades and sacrifices. For example, the first turtle, if you look back, they gave it away, like, uncontested, because they wanted to go for the purple. It didn't look that clean, but they still managed to do so. Then over and over, there will be trade-offs. Glue, Boots, as well as Keyboy, they will be putting their bodies in front of Echo. Now, maybe this is something that Echo can improve on. When Yaoi played the Kaja, he never went for Chewe, for example, or CW, or maybe Sans. Always going in for Keyboy because he had no choice. Had to look for someone in front or someone to snag, and sometimes that's a waste of divine judgment.
He went for Chewe once in the early game. As soon as he hit level 4, went up to that bush, he knew Chewe was there, I'll take it. But yeah, you're right, towards the mid to the late, maybe they lack that reminder. Maybe Coach Tic Tac and Coach Treb should pull a page out of Coach Yeb's book and remember your job. Remember what you gotta do.
That's true, but there's also the fact that, like, since even when we were going into the cast, even when we were talking about the game, half the time we didn't even recognize that Chewe was even in the game until the impact actually happened. And I think even Echo felt that way because of the big ticket ultimates that were coming through. So overall, hopefully this might be that moment, right? This might be that moment where they have to continuously stay situationally aware and continuously start pivoting across the map.
Now I want to go into the details here. Going into the draft, it's Echo's choice. I feel like they'll stay blue. And I feel like, I don't know, unless they were read into, unless they try to protect it, unless they truly set it up, is Yaoi's choke gonna come into play?
Yeah, I hope so. And I think that Dilar actually pointed that out before we started the panel. Who's gonna get the Cho in this game, right? E-Boy or Yaoi?
Was snubbed all game 1.
Yeah.
I mean, we might think that's impressive, but if this game really goes all 5 and we're really, like, stretching the arsenal, for all we know, Boots might show us maybe a couple of tricks in the EXP lane once in a while, but that's only if we're very, very lucky to make it there. Considering that this is a very momentum-based game, and especially in the professional scene, when you have a crowd of this size, momentum could lead them to a very easy victory. This could be a sweep potentially.
Wow, I just peeked at the crowd here in Aeon 3 in Main Chai. I could have sworn Burnick Slash was still playing. There's so many people in the stands.
There's not many gaps in these seats. Everybody's almost packed like tuna cans, like just shoulder to shoulder, looking to shout. And by the way, did you guys know? Because we're inside the arena all the time. Outside, there's actually a full-blown screen, like a 2-story screen, and 2 floors filled to the brim with MLBB fans.
Man, Cambodians are gila, or baliw. They're crazy. I love it. And
Gila banget.
yeah, you're right.
Very.
Well, never mind. We don't have Dilar here.
I don't. I tried.
We
But
already
they're
missed
crazy.
the general.
We missed the general. I do wish we could actually like have him at least for the draft. You know, I really like Dilar's insights, especially because he played with Trevor and he also played with the coach and also against the team. So he might know a lot about those teams. But
I mean, you know, when you guys were saying the moniker of the general, right, every single time, you don't really get to feel that until when you get to see that side of him during the draft, because he's not one of those players, he's not one of those quote-unquote foot soldiers who are like, they need this, they want this pick. He goes into explanation at the very least, and the intimate aspect, the personal level that he knows Kyrie in these cases. He already saw the setup. He's gonna go on Assassin, trust me. And we were only on that first pick.
Yep. I love it though. Thank you so much, Echo and Onic, for actually giving us like an Assassin v Assassin matchup of Carl TZ going
It's
up
been
against
so
there.
long.
It's been so long. Yeah, actually, when was the last time in an international stage when there was no utility jungler?
That's right. Fredrin was nowhere to be found as well.
M2.
M2 perhaps.
M2. Wait. I need to wait. Let me think about it for a little bit more. I'm thinking MSC 2021. No, 21 didn't happen. 2022. No, it didn't happen as well. There were still utility jungles. Yeah, so technically M2.
M2
That's
3 years
been a
ago.
long time.
3 years and
too
6
long.
months. Not
Too long.
years. It's been a while. Too long.
I think M3 we still saw it. I believe it was Kyrie Albert on Assassins.
It was, but we were still seeing utility jungles.
I think it was Yeast and Shin at most, right?
We were using
Marksman, not even like hard. Well, I mean,
Barrels.
there was a little
Ling
bit
Lance.
of Big Lance. That's the one, because that's when you were playing jungle instead of the goal lane, right, Remco?
Yeah. when playing jungle was actually fun.
Yeah, playing jungle was really, really fun. Highly mechanical. Now, coming into game 2, and let's start the trailer for season 2 between these two teams of Echo versus Onic. Adaptations, because I feel like margin of error was something that I wouldn't really put past Echo, because again, very mechanical. There's a large margin of error. Now, we're that good at the game. But now looking at Onic as well, really abusing that fact, do they want to shrink it down? Something a little bit more straightforward, a little bit simpler.
Especially after winning game number 1, I don't think that they will shrink it out. If not even, they might even just be more
Crazy.
crazy. But
More
then again,
confident.
what's crazy in the level of these two teams, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say crazy, but I definitely think that Coach Shikta had a word with Carl TZ is like, don't make me put you on the Kai again. Don't make me do it.
The way to do it, I already gave you nuts. Come on.
Let's look at the previous draft recap here, and at least we can get a better idea of what could happen in game number 2.
Was that the first Fanny win at MSC?
Yes. Technically. Wait. In knockout stages, for sure.
It's the first one. Oh. One-time split?
Yeah.
Was it?
It's one of the few times that it actually
Maybe
made
the
it
knockout
through.
stages?
Yeah. And
This is knockout stage.
It hasn't been. I'm not gonna lie. Even during group stages, sometimes it doesn't even look that impressive, right? Until we see that maybe Fanny isn't the one that needs to continuously snowball. Maybe it's the friends around you that kind of set you up for it.
100%. We saw that in game. That's not just the Fanny. You draft the Fanny. You don't look at it as a hero, a one-all, be-all, be-all, end-all kind of hero that could save your game. Kufra as well as Valentina played so much in that previous game for sure. Okay.
Priority and adjusted bans as well. Perfect. Because this is a good time to really start talking about it, right?
Yeah.
The fact that, again, we're seeing that Grok has been legalized here during the knockout stages have definitely changed up what we've seen during the groups right up till now.
Yeah, you see that Onic recognizes the fact that it could be used against the Claude. I'm actually surprised that he hasn't been picked up today, especially when you have a team like Burnick Slash, for example, or maybe like Evos, that they play those kind of heroes. I'm surprised that it hasn't been picked up as much as you would expect. But with Echo, Sanford plays it, Yawi plays it, even Carl TZ plays the Jungle Rock. So there is a big chance that it will be picked up in this series in one game or another.
It's a very flexible pick. And honestly, looking at it again right now, Echo are respecting Onyx flex pick as well. The Arlet was banned away straight out the board, understanding that Arlet, not only is he good in the XP position, as just boots his weak side lane or even strong side, both can work. The fact that it can be flexed over the Keyboy, we've seen it in the group stage. Sure, maybe it wasn't that impressive against Burn, but it was surely impressive against OP, and just creates so much chaos within these team fights.
Well, chaos might just be the key, or whether standardization is the way to keep the mental strong. Let's jump right into the draft here.
I have a wish though. I hope the Lancelot was also picked up, maybe from Onic or from Echo. But I think that you look at that game from Kautisi, that's just a rain check. Do not judge Kautisi's aptitude on the Lancelot just because of one game. It's granted. Wish granted.
See, Echo stays the blue, or in this case, first pick, and then they course correct. They take out the glue. That was a little too much coming in from Boots.
I totally agree there. And especially since even Delara was saying, just go for the Faramis. That could have been an easy counter, but that's just not the style that they want to go for right now. They really want to make sure that that Sand-Sand duo is going to be nice and strong, and they can scale towards the later stages of the game.
Very good. Then I pick up the Kadira, I really like it. But there's the Grok. Well, just as we talk about it, Valentina and Grok very quickly picked up. I wish this is a Boots Fredrin though. Of course, they carry an assassin once again. This means though that maybe you go Beatrix or Brody on Chewe instead of the Claude.
That's what I was thinking too. If you're going in blind, you might as well have somebody who can force out priority whenever you're feeling like it, right? But we can't forget this. I feel like I've seen this pattern, almost like deja vu, in a matter of fact. Especially from Echo, the fact that we see this Grok might just be going for Sanford this time, something a little bit more stable, something that can also force priority and make that big impact during these Lord secures. Because remember, Power of Nature deals a lot of damage, and especially with Master Assassin, you pair that up with Retribution, you might get 100% secure rates.
I was about to say Melissa could be a pick here, because understanding again, last time they met, Benny was able to kind of counter the Grok with the Melissa. Back in the day, there was a weird interaction, again with the go away, able to cancel that wild charge. So Melissa, up against the Grok, it no longer can do that. The wild charge goes through the go away. But the Valentina and the Lancelot, with the first three picks for Echo, it's setting up for a front-to-back composition again. They want, Onic wants Echo to pick up something like a Brody, a Carry, even a Beatrix, because the Melissa will bully them in lane, creating space for this mid lane, and maybe possibly, like you mentioned, that assassin jungle.
How about a Leslie ban for Onic?
Yeah.
Very uncharacteristic of Benny Cutie, but I do feel that, Beatrix might be the ban out here. The top priority is Beatrix, last is the Leslie, but there you go. Do you ban out Hayabusa? I think Hayabusa. There you go. Let's draft from Echo. Onic. I think you pick up Faramis here?
Yeah, and then they just see what's left for the one later on.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe they go for a potential support. Maybe they just show the fact that they want to play Ling right off the bat, right? Because it's still open. Kyrie can still get Ling. Honestly, now that I think about it, we haven't seen too many Lings overall. MSC, it keeps either getting banned out or nobody touches it.
Only Taz, right?
Yeah. Only Taz. Okay, I think Carry still is good, but you're not left without a choice. Carry might be the best option left for Echo. Then you go for an XP laner. Harry!
I like this. I like this just to make sure that Benny has a somewhat winning lane here with a little bit of help, and also, the Turisla, just in case this Fredrin ends up being flexible.
Yep. Arlot. It's weird that Arlot is open up until this point. There it is. I'm sorry.
So are we expecting for this Fredrin to go into the Kyrie, or is he going to force the Ling? Because that seems to be the only one left.
Right? I don't know
about the Ling against this comp, though.
Yeah, it's
right?
very
The Grok the Grob's able to deny you. It's really annoying. Terizla as well is kind of a thick boy.
Yeah. Sanji can kick you.
Sanji can kick you as well. He can steal the way of the dragon at the same time.
It's some sort of damage. Do you go back to the Masha if you're Onic?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Of course.
Great call.
Of course.
Great call there, Wolf. Now, the adaptation's looking good. First Blood King, Mr. Echo Sanford himself, is leading with 4 First Bloods in the entire tournament. He's great in lane, but in game number 1, it was a little uncharacteristic to see him take such an awful trade against that clue. So again, I love the fact that even for Coach Tic Tac, he's looking at every aspect of the game, from laning to mid all the way to late and neutrals.
Okay, how's the Terizla Masha matchup?
Oh, it goes nowhere. It literally goes nowhere.
I agree.
That's like 90% of Masha matchups.
Exactly.
Whoever commits is wasting time.
Yes. Exactly.
But at least with Terizla, they can clear out that wave. He can start focusing on moving out of that lane first and maybe keeping Masha to try and match him as quickly as possible.
But what I'm expecting for Echo here is something that's similar to game 1. They're very all in, because at least the Masha can re-engage. The Masha can say, no, let's not do it. We'll see what the tempo is like as we go into game. Game 2, can Echo reset and take us to 1-1 as we enter game number 2 in this best of 5.
To Mobile Legends.
Already you can already there is a lot of pressure in the purple buff.
Keyboard already putting so much pressure early on. Actually stealing away the little purple buff here. Might be forcing a retry early on. Kyrie already on the orange buff a bit quicker. Carl's going to be forced to use the retry here. Ooh, very close. Use the retry in the end. Keyboard with a bit of sass there.
And there was no way for Yaoi to help.
Wait.
Yaoi's going to be doing a massive freeze. He's going to freeze every single minion wave. But he cannot help because Boots and Keyboy, they can just invade because Yaoi is only holding on to the Guardian's barrier.
Okay, a little bit of an invade once again. Just both teams skirmishing a little bit in the jungle. But this does give Kyrie a bit more of a better time farming compared to Carl Tizzy.
And the whole situation up top isn't as good for Benny either. He is outranged. He's going to oblige. He's got burst. Those basic attacks don't do much against the early kit of one Harriet.
Exactly. Remember the Harriet though. It's a hero that can actually just deceptively good range just because of the synchro vision. Still is very mid range though. But against Melissa, at least you have the way to kind of deal with the added range of the muddles.
And close the gap, if you will. And that kind of makes it a 50-50, especially if you're looking at a gold laner as brave as Benny Cutie.
And Yaoi stayed, what, for a minute? So that's about 2 minion waves that he blocked with the Guardian's Barrier. It meant that Chewe will have to be nearer the turret of Echo.
What? Sean stole it away. The gold buff. Just a little win there for Onic. They built up for this turtle. But Sanford, he's going to be caught by Thunderclap. Actually canceled out as well. The Petrify even. The First Blood King falls to Onic. As Onic pick up First Blood. Now it's a retreat battle. Carl wins it. Now with Wild Charge as well. On the keyboard, but he's able to jump out of there. Now Kyrie with the lock up. And the Embrace is back. Sans picks up another. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Turtle traded in for kills. As Keyboy disengages. And Onic win out on the trade.
Good Terrify coming up from Sanchit. And really aiding Kaltisi in that engagement. The fact that Echo got it, they got the turtle, that was so good for their team. However, Onic, you cannot deny the fact that the 2 kills that Sans was able to get means that Harris will be threatened later on. Good thing though, Benny Cutie does have the Purify.
Yep, and again, when it comes to turtle takes or any major objectives, you have to learn how to trade. Teams are getting so much smarter at that, and again, at this level of competition, economy counts, and that's what put Onic here 1,000 gold ahead in under 3 minutes. That's huge. This is a big 1,000 gold.
That's important. That is important for Onic for sure. And Keyboy kind of recovered. Still, Benny Cutie, you're gonna ask, when is he gonna be activated? I think sooner for sure compared to Chewe. And Echo needs to really summon the Echo Express now. Onic is gonna be snowballing if they don't start trying to make a play.
Just the same, it's so hard to say when you have this bottom lane, this XP lane, that is going on forever again. Whoever commits is wasting time, and it looks like Boots is winning!
Wait, Boots is winning the 1v1. He's going in all the way, forcing Sanford to flicker under his turret. Boots gets taken low as well, though. That's the first skill for you, trading evenly. But look at the positioning of one Sans. They're looking to pinch him down. Sanford notices something fishy, walks all the way back. Proper respect from the world champion. Meanwhile, top side, CW is going to fall. That's Benny with the kill. An Echo trade.
Great trade coming out from Echo and the aggression. Like I said, activation of Pedicuity, that is what's needed. And with a minute to go before the outer third energy shields go down, they will make a move up top, which means that there will be even more gold for Pedicuity.
Yep, and because of that space made up top, Echo can now make way for the turtle. Pulled over, Keyboy engages, watch Sans, and there's a kick!
Purify though, instantly now Sans jumps into the back line with the rough waves as well. Sanji gonna be able to escape as Keyboy jumps out with a jump pull. Kyrie finds the kill back. Now Sanji also trading in for Keyboy. Kyrie looking for some stacks. For the Appraiser's Wrath, he goes for it. Retry battle here, giving Carl the go, picks it up. CW preheating the back line right now with a muddle placement on point. Sainsford's gonna fall, and Onic once again win on a team fight. As you can see, Boots charging, walking them down with the unbending will. Benny recalling. This should give CW some room to go for the turret. Kyrie now knocked up by the wild charge, but should be able to pick up the purple buff. Was it Yaoi? No.
It was Yaoi.
Oh, it's Yaoi.
It was
Okay.
Yaoi.
That's still a win. I think Onyx still came out on top, and again, that's deja vu from the first turtle.
Yep. The second turtle that happened, it was again Echo getting it and Carl TC just flexing his retribution, but Onic, they're winning the team fights. And that is what matters most in the second and the third turtle. It won't matter if you get the turtle gold, but if you lose two people in the process and the enemy doesn't, that's economic advantage for the team that won the team fight. So Onic really had a better trade afterwards, especially because they activated Jewe in that fight. So he got a little bit of gold in that skirmish.
You gotta watch out for that gold lane X factor. It's interesting because the XP lane, usually, a good friend of ours would say is the X factor, but here's the gold lane. Failed conceal play. Nice, we miss you. I swear, if this wasn't a Masha Trizla, we would have seen more fights down there. But now it's the Melissa versus Harith, and they're also just both waiting for their teammates. Look at this sandwich. Look at this positioning.
Sanford finds Keyboy right there. The Shunpu is no longer ready for Keyboy. Phantom Execution as well. Keyboy's looking for the ult there. Sans, petrify, rough wave. No way he survives this. Benny dives in, but Sans finds a trade. The 1-for-1 as a shutdown, so Benny Cutie definitely gets some more pressure there. But the turret does not fall. The mini wave was cleared in, and Boots in the bottom lane was able to find one.
The fact that they cleared out the minion wave on the side, that there was a 3v1 that he survived afterwards. Well, he did die, but he took one kill. Then on the opposite end, you have a free turret. Onyx still winning. That's macro trade-off.
Oh, and Sanji's gonna be caught him. It Appraiser's Wrath. Keyboy looking for the play. Just knocks him up. Backs up with the Shampoo. Kyrie with the taunt now. Getting some resets on those cooldowns. Skill 1 and 2. Having more pressure. Boots.
Almost, and Boots does have the thunderclap, so it might as well have been frame perfect escape. Now, Kyrie pulls the turtle, about half health, near the tip of its nest. Carl TZ still here. Once again, it's the GOAT versus the 1, and Boots going 1v1. Now bottom!
Where the dragon popped in, it's gonna be 100-0. Keyboy still able to escape with a jump. Who flickers out of defensive execution as Kyrie jumps on with a taunt. Carl TZ locked down. Zaman Force now by Benny Cutie onto the back line all the way, but he's gonna be caught in the taunt. And CW, he's going for the hit now. Penalty zone onto the back, zoning CW. Meanwhile, Boots in a miss. He finds one kill, and it's gonna be a 2-for-3. Still in favor of Echo. Kyrie picks up the purple buff. Carl TZ onto the orange buff. Kyrie still trying to defend this mid lane by himself as Benny sieges it down. But it seems like Kyrie should be able. Nope, that's the demand force. That's the Appraiser's Wrath. Kai, he saves the turret.
Woo. Just as Carl TZ steps on the clutch, Benny Cutie maintains to be the force of nature that he is.
And in that specific fight, it was the explainers trying to outplay each other by not engaging against each other. They went into the backlines, but Sanford had the better jump, especially because Benny Cutie was already able to put Sans low with his jump with the Zaman Force. Kyrie evening up this orange buff because Carl TZ actually took his.
Yeah. Penalty zone. He's out of there. That's the Fredgen for you.
Wow, the most honest form of Grand Theft Orange, literally stealing it in front of your face.
No contest whatsoever, no flashy moves. That's literally a dude walking in there, taking the orange.
Kyrie, you can have this.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the go away from Melissa cancels out the penalty zone. So if he times it well, it should be a very easy cancel.
Yup.
Two-man taunt.
Oh,
what? Yowie with a wild charge. The Encore is now popped in. With the Dragon by Keyboy. Carl TZ jumping in. CW with a good position right now. Skiboy's gonna be chunked low. Shampoo out of there. CW with a free hit with his fire!
Oh!
Sanford jumps into the penalty zone, but Keyboy finds a kill back. Sanford not finding the range right now, but Sanji's looking for him. Keyboy will fall. But guess what? Onic have won in that bottom side or top side river.
Yep, 2 for 1 here, and they got Benny Cutie. They also took down Sanford, now Carl TZ.
Forced the puncture out. Boots is recalling in his face as he shows the alter ego, Team Eno.
And now they have regained the position onto the Lord. Echo, no shot, no chance. Actually, they will try.
Wow.
Gonna go for it.
They're gonna go for it.
Beware of Boots. That's the main thing right now that can stop Echo, especially their back line. Sanji, I think, has been just targeted down many times.
Yep, you gotta watch out. You hear the crowd, they're here for Onic. Lord here at a fourth of its health.
Let's go. That's gonna be the spawn force. Benny Cutie not able to hit right now. As Boots does some damage. Who's gonna get the retry? Who finds him? No retry. CW free hitting the back with the go away as well. Sanford taking low. Kyrie locking Yowie up. Yowie forced a flicker out of the breath of the ocean. How does Boots do it? He basic attacked it.
Was that how bad the situation was? That's how chaotic it was for both Echo and Onic, that it was only Masha was able to just scratch away?
Scratching, like Masha with normal attacks, not even a thunderclap. It was because of the two playmakers from both teams just taking away both junglers. It was the kick coming out from Keyboy. You're gonna see. Look at the kick coming out from Keyboy. With the way and then of course
The
Sanford.
Lord knocked them off. Both
Exactly.
junglers.
But they utilized the retry far too late. You'll never see that again.
Who's to say?
You'll never see that again.
Who's to say it wasn't even a scratch? What if it was a kickoff of Molten Essence?
Maybe.
Is it that bad?
It is that bad. By the way, it very smart from Keyboy. I don't know if it was intended, but the delivery with the way of the dragon into the finality of the stun was just in sync with the skill of the Lord, which added a knockup. So essentially, he had another way to
It was
combo
a
it.
chain CC.
Exactly.
The Filipino bush.
The
Someone's in
Filipino bush.
Oh, it's Yowie in there. Carl TZ in the middle of 4.
This might be a lockdown. Has the puncture. Gets out. Just a little siege going on as Echo aren't able to micromanage the waves up top. Oh, did he spot Yowie? Yowie with the seal. He did. Sand spots him out. I don't think Yowie wants to go for anything here. Meanwhile, Boots down below. They gotta be careful here.
Yeah, Filipino bush is dangerous.
Yeah.
If the opponents are aware, you're basically sandwiched. You're left in no man's land. And Yowie knew the way out. Yeah, at least luckily the purple buff wall was down, so he can cross right through. He wasn't punished. And here, Carl TZ is struggling to keep it.
Okay, Carl. The puncture now. Jumping on. That's Kyrie. Like he got it, I believe. No, CW! So much damage. Sanji steals the rough waves, but Boots is falling down. The knockup comes through. Sanford to the back. Looking for the damage, but CW has the peel. And CW! He survives 4-0. Onic are looking to find match point. Benny Cutie, the only man left standing. A miracle is what he needs. Onic on the base. Keyboy with a blinker. Onic! They are building, and they have secured match point.
This is all heart. This is all conviction. Onic have come in with a mission. Echo have been pushed to their limit unlike never before.
Absolutely. It wasn't a clean fight at all. Onic, the reason why they look so good is because Echo was also so good. Everybody's just like Super Saiyan mode. And